Whenever a conversation is overheard regarding pheasant hunting, most hunters instantly picture the cold, wind-driven corn and wheat fields of Kansas or Nebraska. Fairhope, Alabama has got to be the furthest from their minds. That geographic twist brings a sly smile to the folks at Oak Hollow Farm because they found a real niche among wing shooters. Oak Hollow, like many licensed hunting preserves, has found that wing shooters want to experience every aspect of the shooting sports. That includes shooting commercially raised non-native birds here in Fairhope, Alabama. The continental style of bird hunting simulates the driven hunts of Europe that date back to the earliest days of shotgun wing shooting. Join us today as we place one foot back in time, European style, while the other is firmly planted in the modern hospitality of South Alabama. It's the much anticipated Oak Hollow Farm Continental Pheasant Hunt, coming up next here on Gary Finch Outdoors. Folks, this week we're at Oak Hollow Farms, and I've got a couple special guests here, Boyd and Robert, and we're going to do the first continental pheasant hunt out here at Oak Hollow Farms. And Boyd, tell us a little bit about Oak Hollow Farm itself.
Well, we started Oak Hollow Farm with a family business, family operated and owned, and with the idea of hosting folks, like when we're just trying the pheasant hunts today for the first time to see how this goes, but hosting parties and private groups, birthday parties and private functions, weddings, mostly business people that like to do the family fun days. And we offer an array of different things like horseback riding and petting zoos and pony rides, and we'll bring in spacewalks, we'll bring in, we offer fishing and skeet shooting, just about softball, horseshoes, baseball, about anything, any kind of sports activity that you like to do out here just for a family fun day. We can pretty well provide it or offer it and take care of, the folks. The main thing we're trying to do is get folks to come, just sit back on the porch and relax and let the kids run and play. So we offer a variety of activities for them to keep them busy and keep them moving and keep them happy. And when the kids are happy, the parents are happy. So that's kind of our motto.
Well, Robert, today I know you've been busy the last couple of weeks. You and I talked a little bit. We missed each other on the phone, and but y'all have actually worked hard enough and gotten things planned and put together to where y'all are actually a
licensed hunting preserve now.
Tell us a little bit about the process you went through.
Well, we started out to begin with just some corporate dove hunts and worked into the pheasant hunt, and then we found out when we got to checking into it that we had to have license and be a preserve to be able to put on the pheasant hunts. And I got online with North American birds, found some guys to supply the birds. We had to do some stations out there on our field, get our tower going. A lot of work, Terry, Larry, myself, Boyd too.
A lot of work going on.
A lot of work going on.
I get a little credit, huh?
Now, I eased out there and looked. You got some hay bales and you got a tower built a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what is going to take place out there today.
We're going to come out. We've got a gentleman from Evergreen coming down. Part of Otter Creek Farms was the name of it, that's bringing us the birds. He's going to actually throw 10 to 12 birds. We'll blow a horn or wave a flag, move to the next stand, and do that till you get back to where you started at. And you just leave your birds there. We come around, pick them up. We furnish drinks, nice lunch, some stuff afterwards, hors d'oeuvres, and just a good time.
Are y'all going to plan on having anything more to do with maybe another pheasant hunt or maybe some skeet shooting in the future, or what kind of plans do y'all got?
Yes, sir. Well, that was this first one today is kind of the test run. And from the looks of it, looked like there's enough excitement about it that I think we'll have several more. The good thing about it is we can go after, we can do these hunts until March 31st. And it looked like there's enough folks out there that are willing to, come forth and and have a good afternoon, spend a good afternoon of enjoyment and do some hunting. And so we're going to continue on trying them. We catering to the corporate folks too that want to have an exclusive hunt, or even if some folks you might want to do a private hunt, get a group of guys together. We handle up to about 40 folks at a time per hunt. So we think it may do okay. I mean, you know, give somebody a little extra fun, and we want to make a good time out of it. We want to do it first rate. So that's what we're trying to do here today.
You know, we were talking about getting ready to do the continental hunt, and y'all have been busy with all you guys have been busy out here, and including the ladies too. They work hard behind the scenes and get things
Wasn't for
done.
them, we wouldn't eat.
That's right. And then I might not even show up. No, but no, I'm just kidding. But there's other things that y'all do and other things that y'all are thinking about adding to the
Right.
list.
We're looking at some other opportunities, maybe trying to do some quail hunting in the future, along with the continental pheasant hunt, and naturally keep the dove hunts too. But that type of hunting you're not guaranteed. So this is something we can do, and and guarantee the people have a good hunt.
Folks, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of events you have. We'll have all the information at the end of the show. We're going to go out here. We're going to do a continental pheasant hunt out here at Oak Hollow Farms. And guys, all of y'all, we appreciate y'all having us, and we'll show everybody what it's all about.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it very much. Thank you, Ross.
We hunt pheasants continental style when we return to Gary Finch Outdoors.
The hollow clucking sounds and vertical takeoff associated with the ringneck pheasant has made it one of the most hunted birds in the world. While the pheasant is actually a native of Asia, it has been introduced to just about every country where commercial game bird management is practiced. The history of the ringneck pheasant has a family tree that could circle the globe 3 times. The pheasants that are being hunted today consist of crossbreeding a number of subspecies to achieve a desirable game bird. The attributes of each species were chosen to develop a game bird that provides excellent flushing and flight characteristics, along with a great tasting dinner bird. The process also included the development of beautiful plumage that exhibits striking colors of green, red, white, copper, and sheens of purple and blue. The ringneck pheasant is recognized as the state bird of South Dakota and is only one of 3 state birds that is not a species native of the United States. For upland game hunters, the ringneck pheasant is the ultimate in continental style hunting or flush wing shooting. The development of this bird offers an excellent renewable source of wing shooting excitement and table game without the dependence of a wild bird population. The ringneck pheasant is truly a world-class bird. Upon their arrival at Oak Hollow Farm, hunters were asked to register and present their hunting licenses. After registering, we were all treated to a fantastic fried catfish feast prepared especially for us by the staff at Oak Hollow.
I'm Boyd Little with Oak Hollow Farm. Just take a minute to welcome each and every one of you.
Boyd Little then introduced himself and went over a few ground rules for the pheasant hunt.
I know you guys like to hunt and like to bring birds back, so we thought maybe we'd try the pheasants.
My shooting partner for the day was Nelson Wingo, and we had some fast flying action right off the bat. Our canine companion for the day was a chocolate lab named Buck. It was great to see him so eager to go to work. Several other dogs would be working the field as well, which only added to the fun. It provides older dogs with an easy hunting situation and introduces young dogs to gunfire. Rotate. After 10 birds, it was time to rotate to the next station. This pattern would continue throughout the hunt until we would return to our original starting position. Once everyone is set in their new stand, the flag is waved and the birds start flying again.
That's a pretty bird.
Still got some pretty colors on.
They sure do. It's a pretty bird.
Hunting preserve when you go apply for the license.
Because it's like the charter boat guys, you know, their boat, if you're on their boat, you're exempt from license because they.
But you have to buy a permit. The hospitality and professionalism of the Oak Hollow staff showed throughout the day. You could tell that they had put many hours of hard work and thought into making this an outstanding event for every participant.
You get that on film? Good girl.
All right.
That's pretty good eye tipping, gig.
Pretty good movement right there.
Yeah.
I hope I got that on film.
Yeah.
Continental pheasant hunting.
Getting outfitted for the Continental Pheasant Hunt with Nelson Wingo when we return to Gary Finch Outdoors.
During the event at Oak Hollow, Nelson and I had a little time to talk about what it takes to get outfitted for the shoot. But I wanted more details, so I stopped by for a longer chat with Nelson at his place in Robertsdale. And the other day we got a chance to go out and go to a continental pheasant hunt. Tell us a little bit about some of the different guns that people can use, and also we talked about chokes and we talked about shells, but let's start off with guns.
Okay. Well, on the other day on the continental pheasant hunting, of course, everybody just about shot 12 gauge. That's pretty much a 12 gauge event because of the distance of shooting and the size of the game birds you're shooting. So a lot of people shoot something like this one, which is a Benelli Super Black Eagle. You can get this in 12 gauge with a variety of barrel lengths. They make it in camouflage, black synthetic, or wood. But most people buy the camos or the black synthetics. But these are good guns, and they are made to shoot the high brass shells. And they also have the capability of shooting 3.5. Of course, on a continental pheasant hunt, you wouldn't want to shoot the 3.5s, I wouldn't think, but
Right.
you could shoot the 3-inch. But then if you duck hunt, turkey hunt, or whatever, you could have the 3.5 capability.
Let's talk a little about the, you and I have got a chance in the past to do some quail hunting too. A lot of people shoot an over and under as well.
We've really seen over the last 4 or 5 years a lot of people going to the over and unders. This happens to be one of the Browning Satori's, which is one of our top sellers. So many of the people that are shooting doves now are in dove clubs, and of course with the dove limit 12 or 15, depending on where you're shooting, they prefer an over and under. And
You've got me shooting an over and
Well,
under
I
20
shoot-
gauge, and I tell you what, well, I've learned from you, and it's some of us are not getting any younger, and instead of shooting a big power load 12 gauge all afternoon, I shoot my over and under Ruger.
Well, the 20 gauge has a good shot string. It's ample for killing small birds like that, dove and even quail. A lot of people shooting quail, and then 28 gauge is beginning to be real popular. But like I said, you've got a limit of 12 to 15 birds, or if you're in a pen race situation where you're hunting quail, 2 shots is ample. And like I said, the 20s and 28s is where everybody's going to. They're getting off the heavy guns, shooting the 12.
What are some of the chokes that you should shoot?
With the choke, this little tube is basically bored to a certain diameter, and it's made to shoot different size shot better. If you're quail hunting, skeet shooting, close quarter, 25 yards or closer, normally you'd shoot either a cylinder bore or a skeet choke or an improved cylinder. These are made to shoot 25 yards and closer. If you extend that out to a longer distance, 35 to 40 yards, then you go up to a modified. It's the same tube outside, but it's bored different on the inside. gives you a longer range of shooting, and so the modified is made for that. So normally in the continental pheasant shoot like we was at, most everybody was either shooting modifieds or fulls
Right.
because of the distance we were having to shoot. So, and then if you're shooting a long distance, 45 yards or greater, normally you go with a full choke. That's made to hold that pattern tight, to keep the bullet density where it needs to be. A shot stream is like a megaphone cheerleaders use. It starts out small and gets wider. Well, the further distance you go, the wider it gets. That's the reason an improved cylinder or a skeet choke at long distance, your shot is spread so wide, you have no density of your shot. So therefore, you don't do a whole lot with knocking your birds out of the air.
And, all right, now one big thing that a lot of people have asked us is, how do you tell as far as notches and stuff on a choke?
Well,
do they vary?
Yeah, they vary. Most of the tube manufacturers put little notches on the ends of the tube. Just looking, if you look at the barrel, of course, make sure your gun's unloaded before you look at the end of the barrel.
Big key.
And count the number of notches. The more notches, the more open the choke.
Okay.
So like a skeet would have 5 notches. An improved cylinder would have 4. A modified would have 3. An improved modified 2, and a full choke has usually 1 on there. So that way, without taking the choke tube out of the gun, you can look at the end of the barrel and see how many notches are right here on the very end, and that will tell you what size choke tube you had in there.
So just clarify, I mean, I see that there's several notches on it, but if you look down at your choke, and you've only, most guns and different manufacturers, if there's only 1 notch there, it's more than likely full choke, right? Nelson, one last thing that, you know, I over the last, I don't know, 100 years that I've been coming in here and asking you, and probably bothering you sometimes, but you've always been good about talking to people about different shells and stuff. I mean, they make so many different shells and different types and different shot. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you give me a good scenario for choke size and shot size. We're going out to a continental pheasant hunt, and what do you think we should shoot?
Depending on the background, I would imagine, is in the backdrop of where the shot's going to fall. The larger shot and heavier shot travels further. So if they got a problem with backdrop, they'll normally move you to a smaller size, like we were shooting the other day at Ocala Farms with Mr. Little's group. Number 6 or 7.5s or smaller.
Right.
They
And
did not want
since we shot out there, that's what exactly we made a rule that either 6, 7, 7.5, 8, whatever you want to shoot, as long as it's 6 or smaller.
Right. And like we were shooting the other day where they're throwing a combination of pheasant or chuckers, we were getting some chuckers.
Right.
So in that, if you see the chuckers coming, a 7.5 or 8 is ample for them because they're a fairly small bird, a little bit bigger than a pigeon. But if you get some of the, and he had some wonderful pheasants, if you recall, some of those pheasants were big birds, and they were handling that number 6 load pretty well. Several people had to shoot them 2 or 3 times to get them down. So a number 6 high brass is where you want to be on the continental pheasant hunt.
Right.
That's a good all-around load. It's just, there's a variety of ammo you can get, and you just have to really look at your hunting situation and pick what's best for you.
We'll be right back with more Gary Finch Outdoors.
Back at Ocala Farm, the hunt would continue. Throughout the day, both pheasants and chuckers would be thrown, providing the hunter with variety in both size and speed of bird. For the dogs, it didn't matter if they retrieved for other hunters. The bag limits would be divided at the end of the hunt.
Good girl. Good girl, Bob. Boy, come on. Getting tired, ain't you?
Oh, well, that's it. We've had a great time out here at Oak Hollow Farms, just outside Fairhope, Alabama. We had a continental pheasant hunt. We started off the day with some pulled pork and some famous fried catfish that they always have out here. We'll have all the details how you can get in touch with the folks here at Oak Hollow. They do all kind of horse trail rides, all kind of different events. We've had our own family birthday parties out here. Again, we'll have all the information in the screen, and we'll see you next week right here on Gary Finch Outdoors. We had a great time. Good deal.